because it was my lifeline. It really was my lifeline, and I saw how it was always my lifeline at different stages that I would get to in 2023. Hey fam, how are you doing today? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you are here. Here on this channel, we talk about topics, tips, and tricks that will help us grow fearlessly to the best versions of ourselves. If you're interested in topics like that, please stick around, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified when we have new videos up on this channel. So in a few days, we are going to be stepping into the new year, and that is great. So exciting. I love it. Who doesn't love something new and exciting, right? But with the new year, we're going to start hearing things like new year, new me. Everybody's going to be throwing around their goals and resolutions for the year and all of that, which is absolutely great. I have goals as well that I'm going to be looking forward to in 2024. But before we do that, it is very important for us to review and reflect on how what we have had, in this case 2023, was, how we used it, and what we want to be better from the year coming forward. And this idea of review and reflection has been since way back. So when God started the creation story, the only reason why we know that the earth was without form and was void and was dark and everything is because there was a moment of reflection to see what was and what was going on, and then to work towards what he wanted the world to now look like or look as. And so he had a moment of reflection to say, okay, this is how it was before, and I don't want it to be like this anymore, and then this is what I'm going for. So we as humans absolutely need to be doing reflections and reviews of how what we had was and what we want going forward. And so today we are going to do a quick review of how 2023 was. I'm going to run you through some questions that I think will be very helpful for you to ask, and I promise you it's not going to be overwhelming or something that you feel sad about when you're doing it or after you're done with it, because the purpose of a review is not for you to beat yourself down, but to see how you can make 2024 better than 2023 was. But before we go into that, let me quickly share with you why you need to review the year. Why is it important for us to review? Number one, a review helps you to see your wins. And you may be wondering, why do I need to see it's my win? I shouldn't forget my win. But sometimes we forget what we have had and the victories that we had in the year. Why? Because when you get that victory, especially if you got it early in the year, say February or March or April, you already have another thing that you have set as something you want to achieve by the end of the year. And so that one quickly becomes forgotten. In fact, you begin to think that it happened years back when it was just the same year that you're trying to run away from right now. And so we do reviews to see the wins that we had in the year. Number two, we do reviews to see what we struggled with. So what were the challenges that you faced in the year? You also need to see this because it does two things to you. Number one, it reminds you that you're strong and you're able to overcome whatever challenges that you have had. And number two, it gives you the strength to face the challenges that are coming, because challenges are going to come. So you need to be able to see how you were able to pull through from the challenges and the difficulties that you encountered in the year. So how were you able to contain the situation? You need to see that in your reviews. And number three is you need to see the things or the tools that helped you to pull through the year. So there are things that made 2023 or helped you to have a better 2023 than the 2022. There are tools that you used that made 2023 better. There are things that helped you to pull through the challenges that you pulled through, that helped you to get the wins that you got. What are those things? You need to be able to look through, because again, sometimes you forget these things, especially if you achieved them earlier in the year, or you've had other things come after those challenges that you have also overcome. So you need to be able to look through these things. Okay, so now let's do my own review of 2023. So going through these reviews, I'm going to be giving you questions that I think are going to help you, like I said earlier, to do your own review and feel confident and happy about it. Number one thing I'm going to share with you is the tools that helped me to have a good 2023. So I know that we always say like, oh, the year 2023 was not my year. I cannot even say that this year, because as much as I did not get all the things that I wanted to get, it was way better than 2022 for me. And so I would be an ingrate to say that 2023 was not my year. But the number one thing that helped me this year was my relationship with God. I was absolutely intentional with my relationship with God this year. Not to say that I have never been intentional with it, but you know how you know that you did the extra work, you put in more effort into building a strong, committed and deep relationship with God in the year than you have had before. Because it was my lifeline. It really was my lifeline. And I saw how it was always my lifeline at different stages that I would get to in 2023. And so one of the things that I always wonder is how people that do the year without God do the year. And that is also why I am convinced that if you're not doing the year with God with a capital G, you're doing the year with a form of God that's taking the place or the role of God in your life. So you either have a relationship with God or you have a relationship with something else that has occupied that space. So while we will be going to God when we're in situations that feels like hell, you're going to something else in such situations as well. So there is always a God factor in man's life because we have the space that God needs to fill. And if God is not feeling it, something else is filling it. And so for me, my relationship with God was my number one tool to win in 2023. So how did I do this? I've always said, if you look at my videos that I did last year on my work on my relationship with God, I can't remember the title of that video. I shared that I always was the person that studies the Bible by the books of the Bible and not just picking things randomly to study. And so of course there will be moments where you have to cross-reference different passages of the Bible. But if I was studying the book of Luke like I did in December, then I'm studying the book of Luke from chapter 1 up to chapter 24. And so that made it something that I knew to be consistent with because I didn't have to rack my brain on, oh, what am I reading today or anything. I was reading it by the chapters of the Bible. And another thing that I worked with this year was I got a good devotional. So my church at home, we have devotionals every 6 months. So having that devotional, and I would recommend that you get a devotional. I'm going to have in the description bar a lot of links that I know are going to help you. So devotionals, journals, tools that are just going to help you to have an amazing or a fantastic 2024. I'm going to have in the description bar. Okay, so I had a devotional that was very helpful to me because it had dates and everything. So like every day, if I was not able to read my chapter of the Bible, I was able to squeeze in 15 minutes to study what was in the devotional and start my day with God. Another tool I used with my relationship with God was my prayer journal. So you know that I have a prayer journal line. I'm going to have the links in the description bar. And so I was so committed to journaling to God this year. Oh my God, I'm sure you never heard a lot of stories like you heard from me. But it was very helpful because like there are times where you need to vent, and venting to humans doesn't make sense because they're thinking, why is this upsetting you? But you're venting to God that everything that has to do with you makes sense to him. And so that was very helpful to me. Another thing I did was I was very consistent with listening to podcasts and sermons from people that I knew had a relationship with God that I envied, and I wanted to get to a point where I feel like, yes, my relationship with God is as strong as or is as firm as people that would speak confidently of God. I wanted to be that person. And so, yeah, I listened to podcasts and sermons. So I listened to Bible Before Breakfast by Pastor Mildred. Everybody knows that I love Pastor Mildred so much. I also was very consistent with listening to Auntie Pastor Sarah's messages. And my mom's messages I listened to so many times. My dad's messages I listened to so many times. Yeah, I'm that child that listens to our parents' messages. So all of this helped me in my relationship with God and helped me to win 2023, as I'm choosing to say. So I should say, sidebar, that when I say win 2023, it doesn't mean that I had like 1,000 trophies. It's just that I choose to see the year as a year that I won and not a year that consumed me. Yeah. I did not have that in my notes, but I think it was important to see. Another tool that helped me in 2023 was Script. I think now they are called Everand. I cannot pronounce it for the life of me. I don't know why. But so it's a subscription-based tool or application where you can read or listen to books. And so with this application, I was able to keep to time or keep to track, how is it said, with my reading goal for the year. Because without it, I doubt that I would have gone through the books that I was able to go through. So on Script, you're able to either listen to the books. So audio books are on there. I listened to Woman Evolve on that podcast. I also listened to The Most Powerful Woman in the Room, which is my current listen right now. Actually, I'm reading that one. I'm reading it. And so the one I'm listening to right now is and it's Dr. Anita Phillips' book, The Garden Within, is what I'm listening to. I just started listening to it. That's why it skipped me. And so on Scribd, you can listen to audiobooks. You can also read books, and they have like 1,000, what is 1,000? So many book options, so many books that you can read. Books by different authors, African authors, American authors, just so many options for you to listen to. I'm going to have in the description bar a link that you can use. If you use this link, you're able to get 2 months off, so you can feel and see how it is, and if it is something that you would want to try going into the year. But I absolutely recommend it because it helps you to read on the go. Yeah, that's what it does. Because there were times where I could not physically hold a book. I could just go through it on my phone. The third tool that helped me was my planner. And to tell you how much it helped me, it is just right here. So I use my planner for everything. I write everything in it. Even when I need to make notes that do not have to be in my planner, I just use notes behind. So like you would see at the back of there are just lots of things there. So I always use my planner because it helped me to be in more control of my time and how my day was spent. So every morning, apart from planning the week at the start of the week, every morning I look through to see what is my priority for the day. And my planner was very helpful in helping me to achieve that. Another tool that helped me, and I said this so many times, I probably sound like a broken record, is meal prepping. So my relationship with food is not so great, to the point that with the year that I had, it would have been very easy for me to not eat every single day, like to just eat anyhow every single day. But because I was meal prepping, it was easier for me to have healthy options of food when I'm eating in the week. And so that's another thing that was very helpful, a tool that I do not joke with since I started meal prepping. It is absolutely amazing. So the question to ask when you need to do this kind of review is, what tools did I use this year that helped me to have a better 2023 or to have a good 2023? What were the tools that helped me to achieve the goals that I achieved this year? Okay, so let's get into the wins that I had in 2023. My most recent win is that everything I said to do in December, I was able to do. Oh my God, December was that month that felt like the start of the year for me. There were so many things that I needed to do. I had a planning session to have. I had school reports that I needed to send in. I had like so many things, church activities, personal activities, work activities, all in this December. Plus the Christmas parties. In December, I had my Bible and prayer journaling challenge for 24 days. So I had it from the 1st of December to the 24th of December, although I sent my last email on the 25th of December. And I was so excited I was able to keep to track. Oh my God, I can't remember how this thing is said. I was so glad that I was able to be consistent with this, because like it was doing a Bible study for yourself. You can do it at any time. But doing a Bible study where you have to also share with people what they need to see, like what you think they need to see in the chapter, is a different thing. But I actually enjoyed doing it because the people commented and like they were giving their comments and all of that. And they were also sharing like, oh, this is what I got from the Bible chapter that we read today. That was very exciting for me. And so I was glad that I did it. I'd been pushing to do this thing for like 2 or 3 years now. So I'm glad that I did it this December. I'm also looking to do another Bible prayer journal challenge sometime next year. I don't know exactly when or the book of the Bible we're going to study, but I'm trusting that we're going to do another one. Yeah, so I did that. Also, VLOGMAS. Oh my goodness. I did not know that I was going to be able to do VLOGMAS the way I did it. Because when I planned to do VLOGMAS, I kind of underestimated how tight my schedule was for December. So I just felt like I will be able to do it. In fact, I think I said in my November recess that I was going to do 10 episodes. By episode 3, I was almost forgetting that I was supposed to be recording VLOGMAS. But yeah, I pulled through. Glory to Jesus. And so because of how tight my schedule was, most of my edits for VLOGMAS I did on my phone. I don't know if you noticed that, but I mostly edited on my phone. I mostly did everything, my thumbnail, everything I did with VLOGMAS was on my phone. I would only move to my laptop when I wanted to add maybe music or something, and then my text and graphics, because it's already customized on my laptop. I would just move it there, do that, and then export and upload. That was basically what I was thinking. But still, it was great. Sidebar, if you have not seen Vlogmas, I'm going to have it linked in the description. In fact, I'm going to have it here because I created a playlist. Here? No, here. I'm going to have it here because I created a playlist so that you can catch up on Vlogmas and all of my activities in Vlogmas. It was so intense for me. So remember how I said that sometimes you need to be reminded of your wins that you had on why we do a review? Yeah, because it's from personal experience. So I was thinking that maybe I didn't hit my financial goal for this year. I don't know why I was thinking that. But when I was doing a review, because I told you like this week I've just been reviewing and seeing what has worked and what hasn't, and I saw that I actually hit my financial goals. I did not know that I did that. And I was so proud of myself. I was like, oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was, because I honestly thought that I did not hit it. And so yeah, so that was also great for me, because when I set that goal, I did not know how I was going to meet it. Okay, so another win that I grew my social media platforms, not the way I wanted, like the numbers that I wanted to get and not the numbers that I got, but there was growth. And the way the growth was even coming, it was so unimaginable or unexpected, because like I was not as active on social media this year. On YouTube, I was counting how many videos I uploaded on YouTube, and apart from Vlogmas, I think I uploaded 30 videos. Yeah, so I was not very consistent on YouTube this year, which I'm going to get to later, but I still saw a growth in my YouTube subscribers, which was great for me. And also on Instagram, I wasn't very consistent, or as consistent as I wanted to be, but I still saw growth as well. So yeah, that's good for me. I had wins on my social media platforms. Okay, so those are my wins. Let's look at the challenges that I had in 2023. Number one is that I did not spend as much time as I planned to on YouTube, and so I did not see the growth that I wanted to see on YouTube. I said in my wins that I did see some form of growth, but I feel like if I had done as much as I planned to do, I would have seen more growth, but we're going to do better in 2024. A lot of people think that YouTube is just whip out your camera, do a little bit of video, do a little bit of editing, and then that's it. It is actually more intense than that. It's hard work and commitment. Like there is a particular type of hard work and commitment that goes into YouTube. And so when I see people fall out of the land of YouTube for a while, like when I see Dima Ume stop uploading videos for a while, or I see Jackie Aina not upload, or I see Patricia Bright, or I see Tolulope Solutions not upload videos in a long time, I actually understand where they are coming from, because it is a lot of work coupled with when you have other things that you're doing, and so you just understand like, yeah, YouTube is a different type of commitment and hard work. But yeah, we're going to do better in 2024. Another challenge that I had, or difficulty, or something that I did not win at in this 2024, was that I had planned last year, I'd said it earlier in the year, like maybe February or March, that I was going to create a children's puzzle word search book. And I just woke up one day and realized that it was December 7th. And at that time, I'm like, oh my God, I can't even rush this, because like you need to be intentional about the things that you want to put in a children's anything. And so I couldn't just do any rush work. I wanted it to be work that was good and would actually help them. And so I'm planning to do that. I'm going to actually start working on it. I have already started working on it because I need to do it. It's a burden in my heart, and I'm going to do it for 2024. Oh my God, this year I had a lot of challenge with self-sabotage. Like, you know how you get something that you know you should do, and then you just convince yourself that you shouldn't do it. I won a lot of the battles that I had with that, but there were some that I did not. Case in point, the children's book, because the only reason why I would have an idea in March and remember it again in December is not because I did not write it down, but because I felt not qualified to do it. Yeah, it sounds very bizarre saying it now, but that was exactly what it was. And so for me this year, there were lots of times where I would like have this idea, and God would just give me this idea that I was going to work with, and I would just question it to the point where I convinced myself that I shouldn't. There were times where I was able to pick myself back up from that place because I knew what I was doing. It's not like I was sabotaging myself by mistake. No, I knew what I was doing. And so I would then pick myself back up, and every time I actually now did the thing, it always came out better than I expected. And I just sometimes felt like God would just look at me with side eye, like, look at you. Look at you. Okay, so in 2024, I'm definitely taking everything that I have noted down seriously, and I'm going to work with it. Like it will just be tiny moments. Somebody will just ask you a random question that has to do with it, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, if only you know how much I'm struggling with this thing. But thank you for reminding me. That was just my relationship with self-sabotage this year, and so I a lot of times I won the battle. A few times the battle was not won. But in 2024, we're going to win all the battles. Anyways, so this video is a 3-part video on how to be ready for 2024. And so I hope that it helps you. So number one thing that we need to do getting ready for 2024 is that you need to reflect and review. So again, to just round off with the questions I think you need to ask yourself is, number one, what were the tools that you used that helped you to make 2023 easier? Number two, what wins did you have? Number three, how did you have those wins? Number four, what challenges did you face and why did you face those challenges is number five. And so with these questions, you're able to ask yourself in a way that, ask yourself in love, ask yourself the way you would ask your baby something, or how you would ask your partner, your boyfriend, your fiance, your husband, your wife, question that you don't want to hurt their feeling. That's how you need to ask yourself these questions. I hope that this helps you in a great way. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to leave a comment in the comment section. If you have any questions or you need help with these things, leave me a comment and I definitely will get back to you. I have an email in the description bar as well that you can send me an email with, and I hope that this helps you a lot getting ready for 2024. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till next time.